and welcome to Chubby Jr. Amateur Cooking Show. Today we're going to be making 치즈불닭. Bul means fiery and dak means chicken. In English, it's going to be fiery chicken with cheese. Sounds delicious, right? The reason why I'm showing my Korean recipe to you guys is because this is one of the dishes that made me fall in love with Korean food. Not because of the savory, but also because of the spiciness. Korean spice is like a drug. It always makes you want to eat more and more and more and more. To the point where you would ask yourself, Junior, why am I always so totoni? That's because this is one of the reasons. You'd always want to eat more. You'd always want to eat more because Korean spice is always so addictive to your palate. Even though your tongue is on fire, you'd always want to eat more. It's also a recipe that's very easy to make. Very simple and many options and many ways of cooking this recipe. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting some garlic. Guys, now you could always put ginger to have at least some ginger flavors. It's still very delicious, but I want to keep it a little bit more tradition. So I'm just going to use garlic for this dish. So I'm going to cut that into tiny pieces. We're going to be cutting green onions. So we're going to cut this into tiny pieces. So now we're going to leave this aside. And now we're gonna go towards our sauce. So now I have half a cup of chili red flakes. If you want to make it less spicier, you could always add less. If you want to make it more spicier, you could always add more. And then we're gonna get gochujang sauce. Gochujang looks like this. It's a red bean paste, and we're just gonna use about 2 tablespoons of that. So I've added 2 tablespoons of gochujang sauce. Just put a note, guys. I suggest you guys getting these 2 ingredients in your pantry, because the moment that you get a Korean friend, they're gonna be so impressed with you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, 진짜 대박! Oh, how do you know this? Oh, you know gochujang sauce? Do you know chili red flakes? Oh, wow!" Then you'll be so proud of yourself that the only thing that you could do is like, "Oh yeah, I know." Oh, the only thing they're gonna be saying, "Oh, 진짜 좋아해요. You know Korean ingredients." And it's true, guys, because gochujang sauce and the chili red flakes is a must in many spicy Korean dish. So I suggest you guys getting these 2 ingredients. Alright, so now we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And then we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Then we're gonna put 1/3 cup of rice syrup. Now guys, there are many different kinds of syrups. Today I'm gonna be using rice syrups, but if you don't have rice syrup, but you have corn syrup or cooking syrup, you could use those. It all works the same thing. I personally like using rice syrup because it gives a very nice coating and because it has a little bit of sweetness into it. So I'm gonna put 1/3 cup of this. And then just a little bit of sesame oil. Now we're just gonna mix it. Alright guys, so at this point you could always add whatever spices you want. You could always add sugar into it or any other kind of Korean spices. It's really up to your preference. So now that we mix the sauce, let's put in the garlic and we're gonna stir it again. You could already smell the spiciness that's in this sauce. Smells really sweet, but it doesn't like hurt your nose. So we're done with that. Let's go towards our protein. Now that we finished mixing our sauce, we're in the protein. But guys, you could use whatever proteins that you want, from pork, beef, lamb, doesn't matter. It's very nice with this sauce. But since we're doing buldak, we're gonna make chicken. So I got 2 pieces of chicken. Very nice, very big. Look at that sexiness. Oh. We're gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces. And just to let you guys know, if you don't want chicken breast, you could always make chicken thigh. The only reason why I like chicken breast is because, alright, face shot. The reason why I like chicken breast, because these are chicken breasts. These are chicken breasts, you know. And this is a good chicken fat. Cut that up into bite-sized pieces. Cutting the chicken, we're gonna go mix it into our mixers. Now, you could always cook the chicken first before putting the sauce in, but I like to put the chicken in the sauce first. Before mixing the sauce with the chicken, we gotta sanitize our hands. So mix it really nicely coated.
Damn, that smells good.
Nicely coat this with the chicken. Give it a nice little massage. Look at that. Oh. And this is how it looks like. Very pasty. And you could already smell the sauce with the chicken. Oh, makes me already hungry. Now that we're finished mixing all the chicken and the sauce together, the one last thing that's mostly important, guys, mostly important, is the cheese. So I'm gonna use this much cheese. I'm gonna be using mozzarella, but if you don't have mozzarella, you have cheddar or you have marble, those are fine. Up to you guys, let your imagination go wild. So I'm just gonna cut very small size pieces and then we're gonna be ready to cook. Alright, so we're already finished with making our mozzarella cheese. Now let's get ready to cook. So we're gonna put it to medium-high heat and we're gonna just drizzle it with oil. Now we're ready to finally cook our chicken. So now we just gotta cook it for about 7 to 10 minutes or whenever the chicken is done. And we just gotta keep an eye on it so the bottom doesn't burn. Now that the chicken are finished, I decided to put jalapenos. And lastly, we're gonna put the cheese. Spread them out. Nicely even. Look at that. You could already smell the chicken or the Buldak. It smells very delicious. Now we're ready to boil our cheese and then we're done. So we're gonna broil our chicken until the cheese is melted, nice and crispy, and nice and gooey.
Wow, look at that. The cheese is melting. Wow.
Let's check out our cheese bulldog, how it's going. Wow, look at that. Oh, the cheese melted very nicely. Beautiful. You could already smell the spiciness coming into your nose, the sweetness of the Korean spice, of the gochujang sauce. It smells amazing. Let's just garnish it with green onions. Make it look beautiful. At last, let's garnish it with sesame seeds. And voila! My Korean recipe cheese buldak. Looks amazing, smells amazing, and I'm ready to try it out. At the end of finishing the cheese buldak, you could always eat it with rice. Remember that because that's very important. Now I'm just gonna end up trying it with the pickled radish. Still very tasty. Oh man, look at that. You could already smell the spiciness and the flavor of this dish. Look at that piece. Oh, I'm so excited. You could already taste the spiciness of the cheese bulldog. It's very delicious and I just want to keep on eating it more and more and more and more. This is my Korean recipe. Hopefully you guys are gonna try it. Very delicious, very very spicy. If you like, it's like an addiction. Chubby Jr. out. At the end of finishing the cheese bulldog, you could always eat it with rice. Remember that because that's very important. But I'm gonna eat it with the pickle radish. You could eat this with rice, but I'm gonna be using pickle radish with it. So let's try it with that.
So much juicy.
Oh, alright. Am I crying? Am I crying?
Yeah.
Alright. Usually I would eat this with rice, but with I'm feeling the spice!